pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't think anybody else is coming. If you two want to sit up here at the table, it's fine.
Just
Might be easier if we write stuff down.
that's fine. Well, it's funny how Tyler called, but yeah. Well, Tyler could have it.
I know Scott isn't coming. I haven't heard anything from Tyler. It's 7.
Who knows? He probably doesn't.
All right, now. Full fighting now. Right in the middle.
Okay. Whoops. You guys ready for me to call?
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I can press the button whenever, so.
Okay.
Alright.
Uh,
So this is Veroff CPA.
just got an informal meeting. It's not really a full-blown supper meeting, so we don't have to call a meeting, order and all that stuff.
Okay. Oh, there he is.
We're not voting on anything, maybe.
You know, if you didn't remember, I knew you were calling.
No, I did. Went from one meeting to the next.
I kind of wondered. I probably didn't remember. We already did the pledge.
So we've done the pledges list and all that, so we're getting ready to call the auditors right now.
Do you want this chair to?
No, you're fine. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Hi, this is Cody in Williamstown.
Yeah.
Can you
How you
hear us okay?
I can hear you.
All right, I just got you on speakerphone here on the table, so.
Yeah. Sounds good. I mean, I can hear you speaking. I can't hear anything else, but I suppose that's to be expected if no one's talking.
Hi, Steve.
So,
This is Larry
hey.
Hebert, Select Board Chair. I don't know how you want to do this, if you just kind of want to run through it first and
Yeah.
see if we get any questions, or unless somebody has some specific questions already lined up.
Yeah. Well, I have been the auditor of record for the past several years, and most recently I performed the audit of June 30, 2025. I issued an unqualified opinion, meaning that there weren't any material misstatements or accounting standards or principles used that weren't appropriate, things like that. I issued communication letters to you folks, the board, as well as on the internal controls, just basically saying that I didn't find any material misstatements and there were no significant deficiencies in the internal control system that I was aware of. We don't perform an audit of internal controls, but we consider them, and I do walkthroughs, and some things I test to see if, like for example, you guys approve the warrants for payroll and disbursements, and I see if they're up on the web and things like that. And the communication to you folks didn't identify any disagreements or problems I had with management. Jen's been great, gets me anything that I need when I ask for it. And, it keeps pretty tight books. That's pretty much all I can sort of tell you on that. There isn't anything sort of out of the ordinary this year. Last year there was a single audit through the FEMA expenditures. This year they were a lot less. And that grant came to an end. That was the only unusual thing that happened during the year. Did you folks have any questions for me?
I have one. This isn't specifically towards the audit you just did, but we had the situation the town manager, as I think you're probably aware of.
Yeah.
In your opinion, you think there's any likelihood that money could have been taken after
Not at the town. As far as I know, and Jen represents this pretty hard, that she had no access to any funds or wasn't a check signer and didn't process any payments for anything.
Right.
I did not uncover her doing that in any of the years really that I was auditing. And I generally select a sample anywhere from 25 to 50 disbursements and I look at all the support, look who approved it, things like that.
Okay, that's pretty similar to what our former accountant, Bill Yakavoni, told us. Thought it'd be highly unlikely if we found something, but,
She just didn't have the access or the authority, and I don't know if that was by design or just
well,
somehow it was just the way it was. Jen didn't give her any authority to pay anything, control any money.
combination of both. We had a situation, the treasurer passed that we had to change the ways of doing things to make sure there was checks and balances, so I think that.
Yeah, you gotta have segregation for sure.
Yep. Okay, does anyone have any specific questions on the audit? or anything?
So I just have like two things. What percentage do you typically grab to check on things?
Percentage? I mean, that's,
If it's not a percentage, but I'm just.
yeah, I mean, like I said, it's generally sort of a number, honestly. In like for 24, I ended up looking at probably 75 disbursements. Normally, I look at about 50, and those are spread across, the general payments as well as for, the water, sewer, things like that.
Gotcha.
It's really all combined into one master checking account, so it's all tested, the whole population. And I always look at the big stuff, and I always look for things like whether or not there's a bunch of checks written out to people like Jen or the office manager. Can't think of her name off the top of my head right now, but
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't notice anything, no.
Yep. Okay. And then just from what you know of the systems that are in place here, do you have any recommendations of anything we should change or add or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, obviously it goes without saying that, Jen is in a super trusted position and she does sort of a lot and wears a lot of hats. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, certainly anything that you guys can do to sort of monitor, quarterly financial statements, for example, or, to put a budget together and compare that to what actually occurred for the various categories and, kind of think about if it's off. I do that as well, but I mean, I sort of document that you folks are also doing that on your side. That you're overseeing some of what management's doing.
Yeah. Which I'm assuming Jen does that, so.
Right. Well, like I said, she does a lot.
Yep.
Anybody else have a?
She went down, who knows?
I
How it
noticed
would turn out, but
I noticed.
she is great. So.
Yeah, we all agree. I think she's doing a great job for the town. We're lucky to have her. Very talented as well, I guess. She works for both of us.
They're in short supply.
I know
Honestly.
our net position was a bit of a decrease from the year before. Is that anything to be concerned with? Is that just more to do with depreciation?
Yeah, and I mean, with the nature of those repairs and some of the damages, FEMA doesn't pay for everything. So,
Right.
in order to get the repairs done, you guys have to kick in whatever it is, 20%, 10%, depending on.
Yep.
So, I mean, that was sort of one-time stuff that happened over the last couple of years, and I think that kind of hit cash.
Yeah, there was a period of time where we had to fund a lot of it ourselves till the money came in, but I think we're pretty much got it cleaned up now. I think maybe a few little things, but.
Yeah, and again, you guys did better than some, because depending on, where they fell in terms of damage, I mean, it's a lot harder to get money now than it was 2 years ago.
We definitely came up on the plus side of things, because we never would have been able to afford to put those type of culverts in on our own for quite a few years down the road. So, in a lot of ways, it was a help.
Yeah, and then I think in general it was just the heavy equipment, Like you had a major refurbishment on one of the fire trucks.
Yep.
Some of that was financed, but so there's a couple of kind of one-off things. That's kind of what I'd say. Nothing to be alarmed about.
Okay, I was just curious on that. I could, myself, I went through it all and, you know, everything's back and forth and up and down a little bit. Is there any concerns with the water and sewer part of it on your part? See, that was on the negative side pretty good.
No. Yeah, I mean, I test that, and I think that's, yeah, sort of kind of the way it is running utilities isn't really a profitable business.
Right.
And there's not a lot of margins, even if it makes a profit. And, you know, you've got a lot of sort of indirect costs that have to go in, labor and benefits and things like that, that eat away at the amount you can charge.
Yeah. We did a project that
Yeah.
wasn't budgeted last year too, up on the off Construction Hill there. We had to scratch around to get money for, so that might have caused some of that. And then we had a couple
Yeah.
major water breaks too on a couple different roads that certainly didn't help, so.
Yeah, aging infrastructure is going to continue to plague us till we get all these pipes and everything
Yep.
put out in the 50s and 40s replaced.
Yeah.
Anyhow, is there any other questions for you folks? If not, I'll let you go, I guess. I'm going to give it an A stamp for the year.
I think we're good.
Alrighty.
Thank
Take
you.
care, folks.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Yeah, thanks,
Bye-bye.
Steve.
Thank you.
Sure.
Well,
Was he the
looks
guy
like
that
we're-
was here that day? That's what I meant to say. Was he the guy that was sitting here?
Yeah, looks like we're in pretty good shape. Um, got the bottom file here. Okay, what's the other view? Town meeting warning. Has everybody had a chance to read that?
Literally just got it right now.
Just take a few minutes to go through it. Now, this is gonna be on Australian ballot.
Yeah,
First two?
all three of them. I believe this is Article 1.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And all three of them. Okay.
Article 1, 2, and 3.
That's correct.
Article 3, I know $1 million is the bond amount, but that doesn't include the,
So the wording on that's tricky because we need them to vote on the bond, not necessarily the project itself. So if we put the entire amount, I don't know how we can make sure they understand that $1 million is from the bond.
is the bond.
Yeah, I had some trouble with that. I went to VLCT and talked to one of their lawyers about that, and he recommended to keep it as simple as possible.
Okay.
Because the important part is taking on debt. You got to get them to vote on taking on debt,
Right.
and it has to be clear how many years we're going to finance it for.
Yeah.
Now, this letter that you've drafted with regards to that,
Yeah.
that's gonna be included in town report, or
We can put it in the town report. Yeah.
might as well,
Yeah.
say mail it to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it in the town
We'll
report.
go over that once we get through this. Looks pretty standard.
Yeah. Looks fine to me.
I see the historical society came down some, they were up to 15,000 originally.
No, it stayed the same.
Article 16.
Yeah, they wanted 12,000, they had been asking 5 in the past.
And originally they came in with a proposal of 15, yeah, that's what I told them, they'd put it on a separate thing, they must have dropped it back down a little bit.
I thought it was 12, but May was,
The most that I've ever known was for 12, that we had voted on over there, was for 12.
Okay, yeah, maybe, yeah, I might be wrong.
They
I was
wanted-
thinking it was 15.
So when you talked to them, they wanted their own article.
And I told them that it was like over 100% increase, so I said, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
either get back somewhere near there or do it on your own.
The food shelf went up to 15, so I
Yeah.
don't know if that,
Maybe that was what I'm thinking of,
That's in 17.
but they were like 10 before, I think, last year, 10 or 12. They went up like
The food shelf,
50%, but the historical side went up like 150%.
Yeah.
Library separate, cemetery separate.
I'm just reading our agenda, excuse me. It seems like we're putting a little bit of the cart in front of the horse here because the road rehab project and forensic audit info are after us approving the town meeting, and both of those items should probably be discussed prior to approving the meeting warning.
I don't think that would change any of the numbers though.
But last meeting, we weren't even sure if we were doing the full forensic audit. I think the road rehab project was pretty cut and dry, but we haven't chosen who's going to actually do the audit.
Right.
So the number of adding 250,000, it could literally be, I don't have my packet from last meeting, I apologize, but I think it was like $17,000 up to $250,000. So we have to decide what we're actually doing for the.
Well, the one at 17 didn't do a,
Well, I'm just saying, there was one that was only going to do, because
right,
there was discussion of not necessarily doing a forensic audit right off the bat, doing a, help me with the words here. Preliminary audit, so that could be what the vote is. If that's what would be the smarter, more financially stable decision versus throwing the $250,000.
yeah. I use that figure because that one firm was the only one who followed all of our rules and
Yeah.
gave us the actual cost for each step.
Yeah, for the
The other
preliminary
ones
and
were all
the forensics.
incomplete
Okay.
bids. But you guys can do whatever you like.
And I'm obviously late, so I apologize, but I just think we should actually look at those before we actually approve these, because we have to,
right?
that's probably putting the cart before the horse, you
There's
understand
no
what I'm saying?
sense wasting 17.5 if you're not prepared to go the whole route. If they come back saying you need to do it, we'd have to have another vote.
Well, I thought that was kind of our original thought process.
Everybody's the same forensic audit right from day one.
Yeah, but then there was not argument, but certainly saying, I think Chair Hebert said it might be smarter to do the cheaper version first at one point versus doing the full forensic, and we had someone, now granted, they might not have followed the rules
Yeah.
to do the bid, and I 100% agree with that. I just wanna make sure that we don't, this very moment, I don't think we should be doing this portion until we at least discuss the road, and again, I'm late, but the road rehab project and the forensic audit, that should be ahead of what's going on the ballot.
oh,
that
I
makes sense.
see, this should have been before.
Before, that's all I'm saying right there, because we can't,
Cause I'm trying to follow you, Tyler.
yeah, we can't vote on the warning when there's items that are on the warning that we're gonna discuss after the warning is already approved. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
No, not really.
Well, I guess
I lost you somewhere.
you probably should do the road rehab project and the forensic first, and then go back to the warning. So therefore, if you have any discrepancies in this road rehab and forensic audit, or whatever,
I got no problem with that. I mean,
Sorry, and again, I apologize for being late.
Well, you ain't apologize for
You
being
didn't-
late, you weren't really that late.
Yeah, you just missed the-
You pointed out a legitimate one, and you know, you're right, that should
I
have been
mean,
postponed.
but if that
So you
doesn't
have to-
matter to
you
you,
have
those
to
figures,
vote
then
it.
you just go ahead with that.
It was a little,
don't
getting a
care
little
moving it.
miscued as if we
Do
were
you need a
talking at
motion to
town
go out of
meeting
order
day,
on the agenda, or?
And is there anything the M&T authorized account holder approval? That's nothing else on the warning,
No,
correct?
I
don't
just
think
need
so.
you guys to
Okay.
officially sign some papers so
Okay.
I can
I just
get a
wanna make
credit
sure.
card.
So basically, you just want to make an amendment on this.
On this, to put the road rehab project
forensic
above the.
approval of the
Correct.
town meeting minutes, warning.
That way
I
we
lost
can-
my,
So that would be,
Yeah.
what's this? It's pretty cool.
And
You
it's
imagine
right here,
you're in
Larry.
here,
Yeah.
take
Oh,
this
there
little
it is.
arrow and it's gonna
Put it
go
up.
boom,
Perfect.
right? Oh, no, right there, where it's gonna go.
okay, so we're just gonna change the order the way we talk about this stuff,
Correct.
basically.
So, yes.
Okay, we've been through that already,
Gonna go right in the middle.
Timing, we'll just move that down. Okay, so,
Just moving the road rehab and forensic audit up
Up to-
In
above.
between the financial audit and the approval of the town meeting
Yeah.
warning.
Yeah.
So it'd be, yeah, the third little dot there.
Okay.
okay,
Cool.
let's start off with the road rehab project. We got a letter explaining it. That was prepared.
This one right there.
Everybody got that?
Yes.
letter?
Yeah.
This something you did?
Yes.
Looks pretty good.
I like the bold lettering.
I like the
important
bold
things.
face on the numbers and
Yeah.
percentages, it brings it out, like, this is the focal points.
Yeah.
It just provides information, we're not trying to sway the vote one way or another, so that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Social granite, additional conservation. Tax impact. Meeting. Should we also add in here that the road crew is gonna be kinda out straight for 2 months? And that may take away from time of grading,
There you go, you're
doing
doing
other
nothing
things.
different. You're gonna be doing same work they usually do, just concentrated, actually concentrate over it.
So it'll probably be
seven rows.
less question because they'll be seeing more
Yeah.
in one spot. Okay, but, that looks good, but other than a sincerely hope.
I'm good with
Yeah.
it, I'm good with it the way it is, you did a good job on it.
or
I
maybe
agree.
just putting
Looks
on
very-
there
looks
that the
very
town
good,
crew
Mr.
is the
Town
one doing the
Manager.
work.
All right.
Cause I don't think on here, tennis.
Yeah, that's true too. We discussed that last meeting.
I just don't see anywhere if it, if this is a contract, if this is the town, if this is, so maybe just putting on there and whatever wording you want, that it's the town crew that's gonna be doing the work.
Yeah.
Then just an opinion, you guys can yay or
Or
nay,
the
whatever.
town highway department.
Yeah, however you wanna word it, but just so folks know it's the town.
Every time I read it, because we are dedicating the town report to Jim Miller, and I kept going road crew, and I'm like, it doesn't sound right,
Be a
so.
considered article regarding the
Highway.
Williamstown Road Rehab Project, which will be overseen by the town highway department.
There we
I don't
go.
know, overseen might not be the right word.
Overseen,
I would say
however.
performed,
Completed by.
Right.
because overseen
Yeah.
means they could just be
Completed by
overseeing
the
the
highway.
contractor.
Overseen
Yeah.
and performed,
Yeah.
whichever. but
Completed
it-
by town,
Something right along that,
No, then they're gonna
just
be
after
hired
that,
as a
your
couple dump
big
trucks.
front,
Yeah.
and I think it'd be perfect.
Okay.
Does that suffice you?
And then this hasn't really nothing to do with the letter, because something is not changing, there's a big project coming up for these roads this year. Because the town highway department usually gets Fridays off during the summer, is that gonna continue if they need to be working 5 days a week for this project? I'm just asking that question, because
I didn't know they had Fridays off.
they got Fridays
They
off
don't
because they
get it
work
off,
hard
they
during the
work-
winter.
They work at 5 8-hour days, they work 4 10-hour days.
Okay,
So,
okay,
It's still
so they're still
40
doing it 40 hours a week?
It's still 40 hours.
Actually, it would be more productive with them doing 4 10-hour days rather than, cause the time you start up and shut down.
Yep.
Saves.
It does.
Okay,
We do, one reason for that is they don't have a lot of time off at work time, so that gives them like 3-day weekends. Sometimes it helps out a
yeah,
little bit.
I just wanna make sure that, again, not being pessimistic, I just wanna make sure, because if Monday through Thursday is pouring and Friday is beautiful, that's where the conundrum comes into the situation.
yeah.
Well, that's the way it always worked, when you take
Yeah.
your vacation is when it rains.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, no, besides that, looks good to me.
So you're gonna add in that the work will be completed by the town highway crew,
Yep.
Yes.
and then, other than that, we're good.
Okay.
Everybody else good?
Make,
Everybody
make
good?
an approval to the adjustment or amendment on this and then let it go? Is that what you need? Or we just agree?
Well,
I
we
think
have,
we
we
could
have to
just-
make a motion first, right? Then
I'm just,
the amendment
right?
has to go through. Motion second, then we can make the amendment.
Right.
Is that the correct way to
You
do it?
can amend and
Yeah.
then make a motion.
Yeah.
You guys are way too formal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could just do it by consensus for us to do it, but,
Those picky laws.
okay, first make a motion to
Amend.
amend the letter.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to amend the letter.
I'll second that motion to amend the letter.
And
You
then,
should state what the amendment's gonna be,
The amendment will be to add that the Williamstown Highway Department will be doing the actual work of this letter, or
including work,
including.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
okay?
All in
Any,
favor?
any other,
discussion.
all in favor of the, letter with the amendment?
Aye.
Alright,
Oh, okay. So you got it, is what I'm supposed to have, is there any other discussion? First you gotta do it, somebody's gotta second your motion.
Oh, well, I'll
We did
second.
that.
I th- he
I-
was
I made
second.
I made the
Okay.
motion.
I seconded
You
it.
Okay.
seconded it.
And kind of filled it
Is
in,
there
we were just
is
waiting.
there any other discussion on it? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Yeah.
And now it's, now, there's one thing that I see it here that it's not mentioned, it probably should be in some form or another, is that we have no evidence that the former manager did take in. Otherwise, it kinda looks like we're doing this because we think she did. Some people may think that, but some, don't, we have no,
Well, that might make mention before discussing the going, the voting on, the forensic audit.
well, this is a letter talking about the forensic audit, but somewhere in this letter, it makes it sound like we suspect something, that's why we're doing it.
Right.
And that's not necessarily the case by everyone.
Maybe somewhere in that second paragraph,
To reassure the voters.
a forensic audit is a highly detailed investigation. Typically conducted when there is evidence or a strong suspicion of fraud or misconduct. And then maybe after that sentence, there's been no findings by the town or towns, contracted audit companies, however you wanna word it, of
Any wrongdoing?
any fraud or fraud or misconduct or whatever, I don't know. To date or however you wanna say it.
Well,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, I'm just trying to think if that's the right way to word it or not.
Yeah. Or you could, the town has,
To date, the town has found no fraudulent.
We haven't really investigated, but we,
Accounting practices.
you could,
I could also put it down in the fourth paragraph. It's important for the voters to know that the town already has
Oh, yep.
safeguards in place,
yeah, that makes sense.
undergoing an annual independent financial audit, which over the years has not found any evidence of fraud or misconduct.
Yeah.
That sounds
But I believe a lot of the town doesn't even know the town.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
you-
looking at the two
Those
letters,
are in place, or when they were put in.
like the letter we just approved. It doesn't, it seems like the audit one is very, not necessarily opinionated, but it's showing that there is no purpose to do the audit. Whereas the road says, we're gonna fix the road, like, this is where the money's going, this is what it's going to do. That's all it's saying. And it says yay, there's no yay or nay opinion on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Whereas this one says, the forensic audit is highly detailed, specialized examination. There's evidence of strong suspicion, that's fine. But in addition to financial costs, so in addition to financial costs, a forensic audit would require, like that right there is saying, this is gonna cost too much. That makes it sound like this is overdoing it versus the first letter we just approved is just
The first-
saying we're fixing the roads.
the first letter, you're guaranteed to get some return on your money. This audit thing is.
But I'm just
throwing
saying,
money down a
I-
rabbit hole.
no, but I'm just saying is both letters have to be neutral, if that makes sense. We can't be yay or nay, it has to be as neutral as humanly possible.
Well,
If
the
that
road
makes sense.
rehab is gonna be nothing but a positive gain for the town, they're just voting to get the thing, it's a win-win-win.
Correct, but,
Or nothing. Now this other.
but I'm just saying
this
that the letter needs to be neutral, that's all I'm saying.
I don't,
Yeah, but-
Because I don't live on any of these roads as a town of Williamstown
I don't
resident.
either.
So which sentences specifically are you having an issue with?
In addition to financial costs, a forensic audit would require a substantial commitment of time and attention from the town staff. Employees would need to devote many hours of responding to document requests or interviews and follow-up questions from auditors. This would significantly impact daily operations, reduce efficiency, and potentially delay routine services provided to residents. If we look at the other letter, it doesn't say, other than maybe the last part, currently the town spends roughly $30,000 each mud season temporary, but it doesn't say, these road projects are gonna destroy our town if we don't do this. There's that, I'm not saying this letter is saying destroy, but it's gonna take away from everything. It doesn't say that the workers working on these roads are gonna be delaying any other project within the town. Does that make sense?
Yes, I agree with that comparison as far as.
Right,
The letters need to be equal, they can't, one
Well,
can't be.
I do agree with you on that, Tyler, but the thing is, on the road rehab, they're gonna be working on these roads regardless, it's either nickel and dime, 10 feet at a time.
Oh.
Or get the job done, do it right, and then you may not have to come back for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a win-win, as far as the other one, it's putting it out as, I'm gonna use these three ladies, and our new town manager is gonna be putting more time and effort helping if, on top of their everyday job,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be more pay for them, cause they're gonna be working more hours. And it's gonna cost money on top of the cost of money.
Yeah,
This here is gonna happen regardless, it's just, helpful.
Yeah, and then, I mean, the other difference is the road letter specifically says 29 per 76 per $100,000 assessed value, and this has no, yes, it says it costs,
Right, because they can get exact money on how much this material is gonna cost.
yeah, but the vote,
That's
the
questionable.
vote is $250,000. That's what we're saying,
Well,
so,
there's also one for, a firm for over $300,000, so,
well, that's, I mean, again, we can go back,
right.
but the way the article says it's $250,000. We actually haven't stated what we're doing. But I'm saying they should basically be equal letters, so if the road letter says this is what it's gonna cost per $100,000 value, the appraisal, or sorry, not appraisal, the forensic audit letter should say, basically, they should be identical letters.
Yeah, but you don't even know if you're gonna get any value out of that one.
Oh, what, I
Chances are you're
100%
not.
agree with that.
Yeah, we can do the estimated tax impact of.
I'm just saying, like,
250,000.
I just wanna make sure both letters are neutral. That is our job as a select board. We have to be neutral.
Yeah.
Right, but
No.
we also need to make people well aware of what they're getting.
Oh,
into.
100%.
I think it is pertinent information to have that, this is what's gonna be required of the town staff.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want them equal, then I'd say you take that piece.
And put it in that,
and
because,
put it
like I
into
said,
this one,
trust me, I live right next to the town garage. I
And
know
then
when it
take
snows, cause I
this
can
piece
see the truck
and add it
lights.
to this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They basically need to be the same letter,
Yeah,
just,
well, that's,
No, it's two different things. One's a guaranteed benefit to the town, and the other one's a slim chance of getting nothing. You don't spend $250,000.
no, I understand that, but we as the select board need to be as neutral as possible. That's all
We need to be
that's all I'm
honest
saying.
too.
Alright, well, if we just took the piece where that, okay, it's gonna be, and it's not really gonna be accounted more hours for the town crew to do this work. They're just gonna be there doing it in a 40-hour section, instead of bouncing around, instead of doing this work here or this way, they're gonna be working on roads. They're not really gonna be doing any more work, they're gonna be doing more
Even if
complete
we have
work.
another heavy rains or
right.
That's-
flood events,
It's not like
has
we're
to take
adding
them
the
off that.
workload on
This
them,
project
we're
could
actually
go
doing
into-
it the right way.
get part done this year and part done next year, so.
Yeah, no, like I said, I just wanna make sure,
Yeah, I can add the estimated tax impact, and is there like language in there specifically you want me to change? Or take out?
well, I mean,
I agree, there's a lot of cons in this letter.
that's what it seems like.
Um,
It seems it's very weighted to one side. I don't see there's even really pros on even the roadside. I'm not seeing the pros, I'm just seeing this is what they're doing, these are the roads that are being affected, this is the cost. It's not saying these are gonna be the greatest dirt roads in the state of Vermont.
No, but
They're
it gives
just-
a general concept that people could have questions, so what are we gonna get? If they're at the town meeting and they go to
Yeah.
those questions.
Yeah,
can
we
be
can't-
answered.
I'm just saying this is a very, the road letter is very neutral.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
the audit letter is very not, I'm not saying negative. I don't think negative is the right word, but is not, it is not neutral.
Errors, weaknesses,
Yeah, because we just don't know the end result of the audit, like we do the road thing.
I mean, I
So,
would love to say we know the end result of the
I
road
don't know-
thing.
I don't know what we could put in there to say, if we do this, we will get this, because that's an unknown, like.
And that's fine, but I mean, even the road, most people have lived in Williamstown longer than I have. I can assuredly say, and I go to New Hampshire, and I don't know how New Hampshire has better roads than Vermont. I jokingly say which state is upside down, because we make a rectangle together. But there is a huge pothole on my road, I just swerve around it for the last 3 years. And that's a paved road.
Yeah.
So everything, we plan great, and I wanna do the work, or I wanna have our roads to be the best in the state of Vermont, but there's no guarantee for anything, is what I'm saying. I mean, I hope all the work is done, and I just want the letters themselves should be as neutral as humanly possible,
Okay.
if that makes sense. I think the road budget one is perfectly neutral. It says, these are the roads, so I mean, there's no neutrality there, but, because if you don't live on Flint, Martin, Baptist, Chelsea, South Hill, Tower, or George, that's not necessarily neutral. Those people might want those, they might vote yay because they live on those roads, and that's not a problem. But everything else seems very neutral whereas this,
Well, the way I see it, people have a pretty good general idea of what it takes to have back roads gravelled and graded. Where the first paragraph on this, on the forensic audit thing explains what, you know, it's gonna tell you what a forensic audit entails. Whereas 99% of the people in town don't have a clue.
Yeah, this one is gonna have more
You need to
Depth
explain to
to
them what
it.
they get.
to it.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying, it seems more, you know, opinionated, but it's all, in my opinion, it's all pertinent information, and maybe there's a way we can kind of change the wording to not make it seem so opinionated, but it's, I mean, it's,
I remember, and this is a weird historical thing, I remember when I was a substitute teacher in Williamstown High School, and Second Springs was coming into town, and the first 3 or 4 paragraphs in the letter they were gonna send to every parent in town via student, it was like, you know, this is a great program, and then the last paragraph was so negative, and it was almost like people are just gonna read the first paragraph initially and then send it to the parents. And literally right before the bell rung at Williamstown Middle High School, the principal went over the radio or the call system and said, do not send those letters home, because it was almost deceiving at one point. And I'm not saying this is a deceiving letter, I'm just saying, again, neutrality is, we as the select board, we have to be neutral.
yes, I agree with that. I'm just, I feel like we can't leave out that it's gonna be an additional financial cost. It's gonna take up more of the staff time.
And again, that's a great point though, but this, we just added in that it's going to be the Williamstown Road Crew doing this, but that was not in the initial letter, we changed that. But it is going to take up, again, if,
I'm fine with adding on, if you wanna add on this one, you know, that it's, the road crew will be dedicated for,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, while they're doing this, their time's dedicated to that.
again, I'm not trying to be very cynical here, but the, last week, we had a tree on Brockway Hill Road, an old dead tree near Short Street collapsed, and I don't know, maybe 4 feet were in the road. I drove by it twice, and I got home and my pager went off for the fire department. And I guess a state trooper had driven by, that's what I had heard. And they literally, the dispatch was, fire department get dispatched to take care of this tree. The state will come and take care of the logs the next day. And what I'm saying with that though is, the road crew was never gonna come and deal with that. And it was a very small tree that, you know, had been dead for many years, and it took 15 minutes versus calling the road crew out, because I know the road crew does have a budget. It would have cost the road crew $1,000 probably to deal with that.
So what if we did this, we're gonna put the sentence in that the work will be completed by the road crew,
Mm-hmm.
and that the duration of this project is estimated to be between 60 and 90 days. That would,
Yeah,
so people know that they're gonna be,
That's what they're doing for 60 to 90 days.
yeah.
that would.
Does
that would cover
does that suffice at least for that paragraph, kinda adding the same to this one? Your third paragraph?
Is it, that is, but are we gonna say the road crew is gonna be unable to do it's gonna reduce, like, where does it say?
Oh,
Just put they'll be dedicated to this project.
This would significantly impact daily operations of the road crew? Is that what we're saying for those 60 to 90 days, that, by the road
That's all
crew?
they're gonna be doing.
But that's what I'm saying, it needs to be basically an identical letter.
We'll just road crew be completing this work and dedicated to this project for 60 to 90 days. That means the
Yeah.
road crew's on this
Yeah.
project, ain't we doing other stuff?
I know, but that's what I'm saying though, like, we need to be, these 2 voting items, they're essentially mirrors, they're just 2 different issues.
Well, we know the road project, what it consists of, and how much time it's gonna take pretty close. We have no clue on this forensic audit thing.
Well, the only thing I'll
It could
say,
take a year, it could take 2 years, it could take 150 hours of staff time, it could take 50, I don't know.
again, I don't think, and again, this is me putting the cart in front of the horse, but I thought we discussed many a time, it seems like doing a full forensic audit, for the taxpayer value, it would make more sense, even though they didn't necessarily follow the rules, but it seemed like no one followed the rules, that
One,
one did follow the rules.
right to the T, actually.
And it seems like it'd be smarter to do the initial audit versus the full forensic audit. Because, I mean, even Chair Hebert, I think, said that several times, and correct me if I'm wrong with anyone saying that
So,
it would be, it seems financially more stable to not even do the 250,000, or and maybe you can please tell me what the,
Well, one problem we got is the only ones that gave a price to do the preliminary audit and the forensic audit, it was like the cheapest was 55,000, wasn't it?
well, no, but the cheapest just preliminary audit was less than, was roughly around the ballpark where you were
But they
suggesting.
weren't set up to do the forensic audit.
Right.
They're just gonna do.
So they would have to sell that off.
Well, I
to
know, but that's the
somebody
hard
else.
thing, I mean, that's where I'm having a hard time personally, like, the board was very strict on saying we should only do the preliminary. And now.
I don't remember
Well, but
speaking-
when I say, sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Chair Hebert was very big about the preliminary audit. not doing a full
Chair
forensic.
Hebert's thoughts on it, we shouldn't even bother with
I'm aware of it, I'm very aware of that, but the people spoke at a meeting, the way we voted was yay.
Well, that's
At
that's
that
why we're
we-
doing this.
Correct. No, I understand that, but if we're concerned about financial stability, why are we going the $250,000 route? The way I look at it, this is the example I'll give in history. I drive a Honda. Someone will go buy a Cadillac. They both go down the road. They both do the same thing. So if we're trying to do just the preliminary audit, if that's what the people think is the most financially stable, that's the Honda in this situation. Whereas the $250,000 potential full audit, it could cost the same as the
Can I ask
preliminary.
a question? I mean, it's worded right, could reach up to two, I think that was the bottom line, when the last one we opened or whatever was
Up to
250. So to reach up or an estimated up to 250,
But I don't believe they gave a
We
preliminary
had
proposal,
only
correct?
one company that did it the way we
They
wanted to.
did, yeah, so that was the preliminary would be
Bond
55,000.
video.
Okay.
And then the
Preliminary was
remainder-
55,000,
The one
it'd
that
take
came
5
through and
weeks.
did the right thing.
And
Did
forensic was
entire
gonna be
job
another
what was asked for.
The
165,000
problem with
on top
going
of
with
it.
the
Yeah.
17.5
So
one
that's
is
200.
we don't know how much they will charge us to do the
$20,000.
forensic part if it's
Then our staff
necessary.
time,
So
I
then
think,
we would just have to wait until next year to do forensic,
Correct.
and then ask them again if we can spend.
Mhm.
you know,
Okay, we didn't find nothing, but now we're asking for 225,000 for them to dig in a
they
little
need
bit
to know the
further.
maximum amount it could cost.
Right, that's exactly.
Why waste $55,000 if you're not gonna follow
I
through
mean,
it?
I think it's worded right where we've gone to the highest that we have an estimate for. Therefore, I think that was
I mean,
the
if anything,
highest one. I think you have to at least put in what it could go up to.
right, up to, because it could be 250. So, but that's kind of two different things.
These
So-
are two different things.
So, as far as the language between the two and not being too opinionated here, what if on that third,
But I will also say the interesting thing is we were supposed to be voting on which company we're choosing tonight. We didn't vote on what company to go with last
No,
meeting.
no,
We're not
we're
voting on
not.
nothing tonight.
We can't do
we
that.
can't vote on
Well,
it.
we are voting on it because we are making what's going to the voters. We didn't choose
250,000
which,
is
no,
the
what I'm
max.
saying is we didn't choose which company to go with last select board meeting.
We
And
We
we're
can't,
not.
can't choose it until we know we have the money from the article.
Right.
No, but
We
we
ain't
were,
choosing nothing until the town votes.
I understand that, but we have to choose the company to put on the ballot for the voters to choose.
All we need to do is a number.
no,
I don't think that was ever what we had discussed.
there's no name going on
Why-
it because we didn't.
So, let me just put so when we have, this is just another thing. Someone wants to do someone wants to do road work, we get 3 bids. $150,000, $200,000, $250,000.
Yeah.
We vote yay this company, we don't just say, we're gonna do the road work, correct, as the select board? We actually have to choose the company to go with.
But we gotta get there first. That's why the people are
But the request for
voting.
proposals specifically said to the companies, it had to get voted by the people.
Well, we're doing that, we only had one company do it the way we asked.
So, So you're saying that in this part, you want to have the company's name as well?
Correct, I've said that the entire time. I brought that piece of paper. Shall the town of Williamstown perform an initial audit assessment by company, not to exceed blank, from August 1st, 2011 to December 31st, 21? Sorry, not 21, 2025. I've said that multiple times at every select board meeting dealing with this.
Okay.
And this came from this came from the VLCT.
What's the purpose of having to name the company?
To ensure that it's the same company, because we had an issue recently where one meeting we discussed to have road work done by one crew, and 3 or 4 days later, it was a different crew that said they couldn't do it.
Well, I mean, that's a different circumstance when a company's then pulls out and says they
I don't
can't
know if
do
the
it.
company pulled out, though, that's the problem.
But what's to say if we were to add Joe Blow's name to this and he pulls out after we voted, yes, we're going with Joe Blow decides to pull out at the last minute.
And that's the request for proposal specifically said, if the company, we can quit at any time.
So, I don't understand.
I'm just saying, it just seems very contradictory of what we do sometimes and what we do other times, that's all I'm saying.
Are we required to add the
No,
name of the?
I'm just saying, the people that have come to our select board meetings, and this is coming from the VLCT, I did not write this.
If we're not required to, I don't see the benefit of adding it. How that changes.
all you do is put yourself in a
Anything.
corner.
How does having the name of the company?
Then we could get rid of the name of the company, but again, I'm just having a hard time. It seems like we're saying one thing, right? We literally voted on how, and we made the mistake to do an audit. 100%, I own that. The way we voted as a select board to do the audit initially, we did not say it was gonna go to the voters.
Right.
I own that 100%.
Which we fixed.
Correct. But then we said, we're gonna do it this way.
Yeah.
But then we had it to go out, request for proposal, which is fine. And now we have request for proposal to make it the most affordable after Chair Hebert said we should do a preliminary, not a forensic. And we had someone do the preliminary
But
audit.
it's up to the town people to vote whether they want the forensic or the preliminary. And there's only one company that came back with the bids for the preliminary and the forensic. And everybody else just kind of scattered around and threw in what they chose to do, not the full information. Would you pay them, if you were to send your vehicle to a repair shop and it needed this, this, and this, and it came back and, well, we're only gonna give you this, are you gonna pay that bill, or are you gonna turn around, you're gonna have to ship it somewhere else?
You might
do that?
you might turn around and ship it somewhere
Well,
else.
exactly, so
100%.
then you, right, but you're not gonna refer them or say, hey, all right,
But
this
again-
guy's not gonna do all the work we need to get done.
But what my point is I just feel like and it's not just necessarily with this. There have been occasions where we say company A, we're gonna, again, it was, what's the road up in Graniteville? Cogswell Street, thank you. It was Pike. We voted to not do a full road pave.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I asked you, and I said, why didn't other companies put in bids? Because it's a lot of money. Correct? And you said, you gave a bunch of examples, and anyone can watch the video or look at the minutes, because I'm not a road guy. I don't understand roads, construction.
I do.
I know, but you're the one, and you said this company can't do it for this reason, this company can't do it for this reason, this company can't do it for this reason.
Right, because.
2 days later, the company that couldn't do it for a reason could suddenly do it.
Things for
And
you.
no, but then I asked us as the select board to have a
What
second
happened up
vote.
there was Pike was gonna mill it,
Right.
and we decided not to mill it, to shim and pave instead. Then we put it out to bid that way, and RG came in lower than the others did.
Correct, and then I had asked for a second vote, or just to make sure it goes back to vote, and we were gonna do it under the rug.
What do you mean go? I don't remember.
We were going to vote via text
No, we voted for it in open meeting.
after there was an issue with another problem with the town. I'm not trying to be really rude here, I just want to make sure. As a select board member, I try to follow the law.
We are though. There is no I'm not seeing what law we're not following by not adding the name of the company.
No, that's not my point. My point was, I feel like at the last meeting, we said we were going to choose the company to go with
We
at
did
this
not say
meeting.
that.
No, I don't
We,
remember
we,
that.
we
I
did
didn't
not
put that
say
on
that.
the
No,
agenda.
no, you can put that
we
back,
were-
check
we
your,
were
check
looking
your.
for-
I would have
check
to,
your
I would have to
video.
watch the video.
Exactly,
We were
that
gonna
was not
request
said.
for proposals was all we were looking for.
We got the numbers.
We got the numbers, now we could put it out to vote
And that, we
based
were
on the
just
numbers.
giving that information, we were getting that information and
I mean, I could be completely wrong. I feel like we were going, because I looked at the audience and said, we are going to choose who's doing this next. Again, I don't watch myself on YouTube after, but I definitely looked at,
don't
I
either. I'm
definitely,
usually
I
watching
can
the road.
assuredly say I looked toward the people that came to the meeting, and I said, this is most likely, I read this, shall the town of Williamstown perform an initial audit, or an audit assessment? Because I also crossed out Jacqueline Higgins' town manager tenure, because we talked about that.
yes,
That is-
I remember
that is why it's
that.
crossed
I
out on
remember
this.
that.
But I thought we were going to discuss what company we're choosing tonight.
No. Shall I tell them?
Even if we had discussed that, I don't see, we
Again,
can't pick a company.
But we have to pick a company that ever puts it in. We've always had, since I've only been a selectman for 2 years. But anytime we've gotten bids, we've always had to pick a company. We can't just flip a coin.
Well,
and
no,
say-
we would,
Does that make sense? Like,
No,
we
it did
can't,
go out for a bid process. I
Yes, it
mean,
did.
Well, it did, they bid,
it's
it's a
certainly,
different kind of bid. It really is. It
What
really
happens
is.
if it comes down to it, this company for some reason can't do it, then we gotta go out for a revote, cause you got that name
Right,
pasted to the thing.
right, I would.
And so that is gonna constitute another major meeting after town meeting, and it's
I
just not
can-
gonna work.
I can understand that.
Because we
What
had,
about if we worded it such that we go by the only one that gave us the right way that we asked for? That the preliminary audit,
And I would suggest
maybe,
leaving the name out.
So then why did we even see
need
those
to do
bids?
some wording on that.
to get the numbers.
I understand that, but we had people apply for positions within the town, and they didn't. I'm just saying, if there's rules.
And they did fit the description.
They did not fit the description, and they were pushed to the side. The public never saw that. Because they didn't meet
Right,
the.
but that
they
was our
didn't
job
meet the
to,
criteria
it
for the
wasn't to
job.
do. to
Correct,
deal
so
with the
why
public.
did we look at something that didn't meet the criteria to the job?
We did look at these ones, the other numbers that,
You can get seven
we got all the
envelopes,
numbers,
and
we
if-
looked at all of them.
But then we should have voted that night that those companies, and when I say we, the select board did not make the decision last meeting, which was a week ago, that companies A, B, C, and D didn't actually meet the credentials, they're gone. We should have done that at the meeting.
well, it's a little late now,
I mean,
We're really,
time is ticking.
I understand that, I'm just saying, again, my frustration sometimes as being a select board member, I feel like rule one is this until it goes against what we need to do.
I don't think
And
there's
then
an
rule
actual
one.
rule though that we're breaking.
There's no
Like,
rules,
it's-
and everything doesn't apply the same. It does not, in life in general. Rules don't apply the same.
We had discussion about, I don't think we're gonna continue with this person, cause that's where we were at in that process, but at that time over there, I don't think we were right at that process of no,
I know, and
yes.
that's why I thought we were discussing it tonight. That's what I'm saying, I thought we were supposed to discuss it tonight.
we're discussing the warnings, the town meeting. That's what
Which
we're
is on a time
discussing.
schedule.
Yes, and this should be done this week.
Oh, no, it will, I'm not arguing that it's not gonna be done, I'm just saying,
Okay, there's 4 of us here. It only takes
All
3 to
understand.
make this work, so you can think what you want, Tyler, that's fine, but
certainly
we're
can.
gonna move this along.
Yeah.
So,
again, I'm just gonna end with
if
this.
you wanna, or we've heard it
Okay.
30 times already, so if you wanna add some wording in this thing and make it a little different, I'm fine with that. But we need to either vote on it as is, or make a few minor adjustments and vote on it at that.
Okay,
So what I have right now for changes, have that estimated tax impact so that it, looks similar to the road project letter.
yep,
And then we add a line, indicating that there has been no evidence to date of, fraud or misconduct.
okay,
And then on the we're adding to the town crew letter that they are unable to do their normal daily
Right.
duties,
For this project will last for 60 to 90 days.
Okay. which we might have to re-vote on that now, because,
Yeah, right, which we can, yeah. So, and then maybe additionally on, for the audit one, third paragraph, second sentence is employees would need to devote many hours, maybe change that would to may need to devote.
May?
yeah,
May,
that's
right.
I agree with that.
For all of this was an impact.
And then the would should be could.
Yep. For the next sentence.
Yeah, this could significantly impact.
Absolutely.
A few minor instances, but the point is, they're still gonna be doing their job, just a better job at it, cause they're gonna have the finances and the resources to do it the right way.
Safeguards in place. Okay, and then my only other is at, 1, 2, 3, the fourth paragraph down, the first sentence, it is important for voters to know, that seems kind of strongly opinionated.
So that just simplify it to the town
Already
Has-
has safeguards in
has
place,
safeguards in
maybe?
place. Or I can just erase that whole sentence and start it with Williamstown undergoes an annual independent financial audit.
Yeah, I'd say just get rid of the sentence.
We'll get rid of that. That is opinionated, yeah.
And I like the adding, if it's not in there, about that there's safeguards in place already.
Yep.
To prevent something.
No, I think it's good to still have like, so Williamstown undergoes an annual independent financial audit. I think we can still keep somewhere in there that the town has,
Williamstown undergoes
um,
the annual independent financial audit with
Yeah.
safeguards in place. This type of thing or something.
you know, with, I don't, what would you call it, Jen? Like, the safeguards we have in place, are those recommended, are those like a,
They follow the auditing standards.
okay, so something like that, we
Auditing
follow
guidelines.
auditing, whatever, safe
Guidelines or-
guidelines,
Like in accordance to auditing guidelines, or something like that, right?
yeah.
And then maybe just switching to the other letter, just talking about, again, sentence, the last paragraph for the audit, it says we encourage all residents to consider both potential benefits and costs. And then that doesn't say, there's we encourage all residents to review the information carefully and participate in town meeting day where this article will be voted upon.
Okay, so
So-
just kind of matching the last.
Matching the last paragraphs essentially to be identical.
Yep.
Because,
Yep.
yep, there are positives and negatives of everything.
Yep.
Again, if you live on a dirt road, super positive. You live on a paved road,
That's
not
what
necessarily
I'm trying
positive.
Yeah, so we're trying to make more friendly, yeah.
I know, I
Well,
know
I
it's
don't
I know it's $1
sound-
million a mile to have roads paved. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Okay, so then we need to, how do we wanna make this motion?
Amend the amendment, right?
We have
You
to
have to
do the vote, amend the vote.
You have to
Right.
amend the amendment.
Yeah.
Amend the amendment, okay, so,
I don't have my book with me.
so.
We haven't voted on this one yet, have we?
No,
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 so-
We're going
we
back
only
to
do
the
that.
We're not
road
changing
rehab.
this one, right?
No, we are. We're changing some things in it.
Basically, we're gonna make the last paragraphs pretty much identical. And then adding the 60 to 90 days thing, that the road
Yeah.
crew will be on the. Okay, so we have to, I make a motion to amend the already amended motion. Okay, for the letter to the residents about the
Road
road
rehab.
rehab project. And amend it that we add in the language discussed about the 60 to 90 days the road crew will be working on this project. And matching the last paragraphs for the wording to be consistent across both letters. Is that accurate?
It does.
Okay,
And I second that.
okay.
Motion made, seconded, any further discussion?
No.
Any way you can throw this on a computer and get it so we can have a final thing to look at
Sure.
with both these?
Yeah.
Before we leave this place, so
Yeah.
it can be settled once and for all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you.
Do you have to do your eyes?
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
And then
so
the
that
roads.
finishes that one. Right, so that finishes the road rehab one.
Okay,
Okay, so then the audit one, now because, can I just make a motion to basically make the changes that he has written down?
'Cause you
Maybe
did
just make the
count.
bullet points,
Okay, so,
or maybe he can state the bullet points.
yeah, I'm just gonna read them out.
Yeah, so we'll be amending, see if I can figure out which one goes first. We will be amending the letter to include the sentence, there have been no evidence of fraud or misconduct to date. We will be changing, in the third paragraph, we'll be changing would and, the word would to may and could, as appropriate. And we will be eliminating the first sentence of the fourth paragraph and adding in accordance to auditing guidelines. And then we will also add an estimated tax impact.
Yes.
What you just said.
okay. So,
Okay, I'll let him run through it and see what he comes up with, then we'll read it again and make sure it's the way we want
Okay, before we vote.
it, before we finalize it.
Okay.
okay, so don't make the motion on this one yet?
He's gonna do this one and that one.
Okay, cause then if he has it finished, we can just say make a motion to,
Correct.
okay, gotcha, that makes sense.
Do we wanna make a motion to take a break, or?
Oh, what else is there on here?
Or do you
Well, he
want
works
to?
on
We
that.
can go ahead with this M&T Bank.
Well, no, you gotta go back to the approval,
Mileage
right?
approval?
Or no?
2026 mileage approval.
Highway mileage approval, where's that?
That I don't see.
I don't have that, I don't even know what it is.
Nothing in my packet.
That's right, Ryan. They're doing the highway mileage.
Yes, I just need you guys to vote, on approving this highway mileage form. It comes out every year stating that we have not added or removed any mileage. But you will have to sign it on the bottom.
But
And
we're
then-
gonna just disrupt you. Just do your thing and we'll just take a break for sure.
Okay, so I make a motion that we take a 10-minute break. 5-minute break? 5-minute break.
I second a 5-minute break.
Okay, whatever.
Alright,
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
so 8:13-ish.
Anybody wanna see
So
that?
look at the guy on there and phone, make sure we don't go over on there on this 5 minutes.
Yep.
8:09.
8:14.
So I don't see anything on this agenda to talk about the town report, so when you wanna add the town report in, you want to discuss it right now. I know what
We're
you're
on a
in.
5-minute break.
We're on
I'll try that,
the
that you
We're talking about nothing.
This is a break, we're having a break.
I
Okay.
know, but you gotta fit me in somewhere here.
We'll get you, don't worry.
Alright, well,
Didn't even know it was there, Barb, I need,
no, it's new,
okay.
it's brand new.
You don't have anything for
Warm
new
up in
business, there's nothing for new business on here.
Yeah, I know, so we're gonna,
You're gonna have the agenda amended.
oh, cause it's
We can
gotta,
re-amend it, don't worry.
cause it's gotta be added in tonight, if you want this town report in the mail. Or print it to go in the mail.
Just chill out.
I know.
We'll get you in there, we'll get you in there.
Something else. You wanna say?
Yeah, you
It's something
you
we've
guys
always
do it
done.
every year and then I get it the
Water
next
gun
day to
was
sign
off
off
my
on
feet.
it.
And is
Yeah,
it
that
mileage
one
for
is
people
that
getting,
one.
like if they
Hopefully the
go
other ones
somewhere,
at
is
least
that what the
half the
mileage is?
container full still.
Like 18, 20, I don't know.
I have no idea, I was just, I get a stick from
That's pretty
stuck in
close,
front of me the
pretty
next
close to what I've
day.
seen years past, but that was
Right,
87.
See the sweat marks inside.
it's the highway
Yeah.
mileage.
Alright.
Oh, I could just.
I have one in my house.
Man, you
because
wanna
I
give me
have
a
town
drink
water, and it's
too?
absolutely
You need a
horrible.
drink?
I get a drink.
You got a bottle of
It
rubber down there?
tastes terrible, it smells bad. I've got town
Man,
water. I
man
have
knows
it
I
all
drink
in
you're
it.
not-
the
I
house.
do too.
I would too
I
if I
do
could.
too.
It's got, I figured out during
Don't
certain
drink what
times I
Mr.
used
Bergeron
to
got
take
mad
it
at
some
you
of the
about.
jugs,
That's all I
I go
gotta
down to the
say.
Brookfield.
I did, that was
drink, fill 'em
Roberta
up,
and all of
Not
them
during
that
that dry
started, they
spell.
were drinking ahead of
And
me.
just getting little particles in it.
And then they left me
yeah.
out.
And,
I thought you followed
and
suit with them.
I did, but they had to finish.
Oh,
And then I'm left alone.
then you got
So
yelled
it's
at.
like everybody else was
Rashes
smoking
of
and then the
Fulton
last
or
one
whatever.
smoking is getting caught, thank you, me.
So now we're
You
back
know?
to buying
Get it done,
Yeah,
the water in the store
I'd be
again.
that way too.
I'm like,
When we reclassified Martin
But then I
Downs
took it
Road,
back,
was
cleaned
that
it all,
ever changed on this?
blasted it through and I got all the sediment out.
There's a question
I
here.
think we're good, but she's like, well, I'm gonna buy
Reclassified,
it,
remeasured,
which she
I
moved
don't know
into
if
my
she,
house.
I
had my
imagine she
regular
would have done
faucets,
that,
they
but
worked.
I don't,
Her son
again, I
redid
would've-
one at their house.
I
so
only got it
Got
after,
one that's got the movable
You
head
got
and whatever, I
excited.
said, okay, that's fancy, so I ended up getting,
I have
changing
no
the
idea.
whole plumbing, putting this one in.
you would
What time
know.
of
She
year
wants
was
to go
that
back
done
one
last
with a
year?
Brita filter
No,
system
Chris
that
Bella
she's
couldn't
got,
still on
but I gotta go
board.
back with the
So
old
that was
system.
Oh,
over
would've
two
been
Buy a
years.
new one to put it back in the
Would've been
sink
before
again,
It
I'm
was
like,
before Tyler.
she says,
Yeah,
then
so it
we'll
must
use
have got
that
dealt
one,
with.
and then we'll just.
That was before. No, I was in that meeting because
Boy,
there was something to do with the ambulance that night. That's the only reason I was at that meeting.
Yeah, you would, yeah, so it
I
was
said,
Chris Bella, cause
Now
Chris
I got a
Bella
water
couldn't-
cooler that we drink
There's
out,
some
we'll
choice
we'll only
words.
drink that one, but we'll give that to the dog and
I
we'll drink.
remember Mark was there with
After
his attorney
new
and
British
his
system,
wife.
after
Or no, I don't know, are they married? His
This is
girlfriend?
Binglevine,
I'm like,
Yeah,
yes.
his attorney, yeah.
Oh,
He
but
done better
I
if he
could-
didn't
I
have
might
her.
as well do that
She
anyways,
was
'cause
wearing
I gotta get it, I
dick
gotta
in.
go to put a new, countertop in.
I don't know.
because the sink-
Guess
I
it's
brought
alright,
in
that
a
was the
new
only question
cabinet
I had.
counter. and
Yeah,
that
no,
was
I
in
that I
basement.
don't know if that was on, I know that was
But
what
it
it
That's
doesn't
2 years ago,
match.
so.
Okay, I gotta, I installed the
been that
dishwasher after the new stove,
say.
and I'm like, okay, I'm all good
I
at
knew I
buying
had
all these
seen another
appliances,
one.
I really needed to upgrade this
I
stuff,
think
but,
that's the only one we have.
oh boy.
It's crazy, that's a
Yeah,
computer
have some
now.
Chris come back out, set it back up again.
That one?
If,
There?
if it works, I can, not right now, but
I was working in the emergency department
Can
about
I
3
be a
months
bee in the
ago.
bonnet?
And the computer died in
Sure.
the patient's room.
Jen
I was
needs
sitting
a
with the
computer.
patient. It was it was an
Oh,
older
no,
patient, I think of that.
just cause it's old
And the
and
computer
not.
died, and you have to
That
do every
thing-
15-minute
I
check.
can watch my
So
hair
slow.
grow.
So I
okay?
called the tech
In
people
between
at
clicks,
Dartmouth.
I can watch it
And they're
grow.
like, tell me what computer is
Before
there, and
it
there's
decides
tags
that
on all
it's
the
going to
computers.
get
I'm
off
like,
the bus
we'll
and
say it's
start
computer
doing
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
They're
let
like,
me
that's
come
supposed to
down
be
and
in the
take a
room.
look at it. and
Whatever, that's not supposed to be in the
Yeah.
room. I don't know, man.
Just needs updates
Yes,
or,
Dad.
okay.
He's like, well, we'll deal with that
What's in your
later.
light? I-
This patient's dead.
Dial
He's
up.
still breathing.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's crazy. My first computer, my grandmother bought me.
Video
She
games.
didn't have enough money. I had 3
Oh.
gigabytes of RAM.
Oh.
Or hard drive, 3
That'd be for your
gigabytes.
time.
I
My
remember.
phone has 128 gigabytes.
I remember.
It was called the Telstar, that was the
Wow.
first thing, you didn't even have, you had.
And my
All
wife
the
was
little
dying.
All you
Yeah,
had to do was
Because
do was
all
turn
the
in
photos,
two
she
little
takes a lot
knobs,
of
that's all
photos
it
of
did,
the
all it
kids.
did.
yeah,
And
that was
It
before the
goes right to
joystick.
Google Photos.
Right,
to
way
Yes.
before the
The
joystick,
cloud.
after that, they had the
But-
thing, then you had a button.
She was afraid to,
You push.
like,
We
not
were
How
a
do you
phone.
get
Timber
those
having
pictures out of the
some-
cloud?
I have
I still do.
I have an
Photos.google.com?
Atari.
Yes,
I
yes.
still have it, it's in
It's on the website.
in the box and
Yeah.
everything
I know,
else.
Yeah.
cause they, when.
I found
get
it
a
at a
phone,
yard sale,
they-
my
all my
thing's gotta come
photos
home.
from when they
Yeah.
really had the phone are all up in the cloud, now I don't know how to get them out.
Well,
the
are you
ultimate
Microsoft or are you?
Oh, well,
Are
it
you
is,
Apple
it
or
is
are
in the
you?
box, I get out,
You're Google? They should be on Google Photos.
All my Roku and everything.
If you go to
else.
photos.google.com and type in your email address and your password,
I
Doesn't
think you're 5 minutes are up.
Now we gotta wait for the game, so just,
They're like, why do you need cable?
Just
I
chill
don't, I
out.
just need the
30,
internet, I
so
got
what's a
Roku. I
30
got-
inch
how
screen,
many
is that big,
thousands
is
of
that a
movies
good
and
size?
channels?
I think
Oh,
it
man,
was,
stop watching
it's like a
something I've never
32
seen.
to 40
I'm
inch
not paying for
ish,
cable
so
in my life.
diagonal was probably, I mean, you're,
So you could
Yeah.
definitely
I
look up
can't
and
even get
see
cable
it.
where I am.
yeah,
Right?
it's about
Why, where is you?
maybe twice or a
Randolph
little
Center.
more than twice the
Randolph
size
Center?
Yeah.
of your screen that you
Can't
have
get
now.
cable where I am. I can
I'm
get,
game
I
for
can
it to
get
take that other.
internet.
Randolph Center, there's no cable?
Not where I
put it
am.
up.
Nope.
I guess
On
it,
the-
I guess
Now
it
my
probably
question
spreads
is,
out a
I
little
shut my
further than
computer
I'm
off
thinking
every
Central Hub
night.
Floyd's.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what if something
I'm
happens
3
in the
miles
middle of
from
the night
Floyd's
and
and I cannot get
of
cable
course
because
the
they don't have
cameras,
it out there.
while they're
Well,
off,
then
my
you have
screen
to get
is
right on
down.
that town about that
Is there
broadband stuff
still
that
a way
everybody
to
comes and
access
keeps
to
proposing
see if
every
somebody's
year.
breaking
I'm
in the
perfectly
building
okay with
with my
that. I
camera?
can get,
Yeah, I mean, you can get
get-
in through
I can get
town
internet.
manager's one.
Well, there you go,
Okay.
get Roku and then you don't even need
Because
it.
I
Well, I
didn't,
have that.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what we
that's
do.
right,
That's
yeah.
honestly what we do.
because
Yeah.
I do, I always.
Our
I don't
internet's
think
cable.
I
the
love
last
it.
time I actually
So,
used it. I think
somebody
I
was
bought it in
breaking, how would we tell? 'Cause
2019
the
and I
camera
think
from
I've
my
only used it a
computer
little
is
bit
down.
Yeah, I
because
think so.
I just use my phone.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
it
screen
is
just
okay.
goes on my TV.
I guess with the break, I should have paused it. I didn't even think about it. I can pause it
And
now.
I can stay awake if I'm watching this, but if I sit down on the couch,
Motion to go back into session.
Motion made. Second.
Second, yeah.
Motion made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So now, let's review take a minute to review the roadway work first, to make sure everything's where everybody wants it, you know?
Project overview, the town highway department estimates to take between 60 and 90 days. Okay, that's good.
Looks like it covered everything that was talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have a motion on road rehab project letter as rewritten?
I'll make a motion to take the letter as written now.
Here, a second.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made second. Any further discussion on it?
Just the last paragraph on both of them. The decision before the voters is an important one, the significant financial and operational implications for the town. Does that sound negative? Like financial and operational implications. I just wanna make
What
sure.
implies that there's gonna be a financial and.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm okay with it, cause
Okay.
it's just saying this is an important decision.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
alright, perfect, I
informative,
just wanna make
it's
sure we weren't
just-
going negative,
Yeah, no, it's.
Alright,
for both.
Yeah, it's on both.
Clear the
Yeah,
fact.
no, I know, I'm just saying, I don't wanna go negative
Yep.
for both, obviously, I
Yeah,
want
no.
everything to be as neutral as possible.
Yep, I think it's neutral, I think it's just signifying the importance of it.
Okay.
Right, they're gonna be both equally negative.
Okay, so, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, so this was put to bed, wait, open it back up.
Good night.
Okay, now on to the audit. Which I just read a little bit. Okay, where exactly did you make the changes on it, Ryan?
So you have the 2 bullet points for the assessed home value, which we'll have to, work out. In paragraph 3, wording was changed from could to would and may in 2 sentences. Paragraph 4 no longer begins with, this is a very important decision for the town folk to make. Very important for the voters to know that the town has safeguards in place.
In accordance with current auditing guidelines, yeah.
And then at the end of paragraph 4, to date, these annual audits have not produced any evidence of fraud or financial misconduct.
Yep.
Where do you have in here about that we don't have any evidence to date there is a wrong?
The end of the last sentence of paragraph 4.
And, right here, to date.
Oh, right, these are. Okay, that'll cover us, we're not trying to say that was something for sure.
My only other thing is maybe add your little bold things.
Yeah. Yeah,
I like
this one
it.
was easy to bold because I know exactly every step of the project and
Yeah.
the important parts that we're trying to get by.
Yeah,
I don't know
maybe
which
the-
things to bold. In
Maybe
this.
the 250,000,
Sure.
your assessed home value. Let's see.
And it did show with financial costs.
So you're just gonna
There we
figure it
go.
out, plug
Talk
those
about the
numbers
money.
and it'll be what it'll be, right?
Yep.
Nothing anybody can change that.
Yeah, I can make it look pretty.
So maybe do the, could reach up to 250,000. Your assessed home value, or the tax impact numbers. Do you wanna bold the to date, these annual audits
Yeah, I think
have not produced?
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Residents should all be where there's a friend of the resident, and missing funds, there's no gonna hospital.
Yeah, probably should, I guess.
And then the one sentence that, unlike a standard financial audit, a forensic audit is far more time intensive, disruptive, and costly.
Which paragraph?
Second paragraph, second sentence.
Like a standard financial audit is far more time intensive, disruptive, and costly.
again, it just seemed, I
You
just
wanna
wanna,
just get rid of that too?
I'm just thinking just get rid of that sentence because, again, we're not touching the last letter, but obviously we said the 30 to 90 days, we're telling them,
Further, it's highly detailed and specialized examination from the records typically conducted when there is evidence. Yes. Yeah, that makes unlike a standard.
So
Yeah, I think that's.
Ditch that?
just ditch that one sentence, just because it seems very negative, not, again, just try neutrality, that's all I care about.
They'll see the numbers and go,
Of course,
oh,
that's
is.
it, that, again, I
Yep,
just,
it is very expensive.
yeah, 100%, I'm not.
Yep. No, I'm fine with that.
That won't take very long just to change those couple of things. Why don't you just do it and we'll finalize that. Be done with it.
Alright.
Okay. That one's going away. That one's going away.
We have a recycling and paper spreader.
Well, we have them in our office, yeah. Not here.
I know, I have one in my office at home too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just put it in your file for all the select board meeting minutes, and I have all my folders now.
Oh, I
know, you said you,
I got rid of 4 years worth of them.
Yeah.
After my file
How
cabinet.
many
was
years
full.
now have you been on?
This is the second term. Years, I don't know, I got a year left, I think.
You've
Are you-
been
are you
on
3-year
6
term?
years?
Yeah, it'll be 6 years when this one's done.
This is the latest one,
Can
I'd
I
like to say
do
since
one?
I did it.
This one's gonna be.
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to enjoy life a little bit more, other than continue to work. Hustling up warm weather. Sell my house, buy a smaller one up here. No
This-
bears.
It's passed around, it's just a road mileage of different roads, we guess it's.
Yeah, it's just the
Still
form.
want 3 bedrooms, that's what I
We have to
I'm
finalize.
good with 2, but there's no stairs. Look,
Seems, floor plans for the barndominiums, for what,
Thanks so much.
barndominiums, they're, most of them are just on site, heated site.
unless I can find my new house so here, I'm selling that, I do it again.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the letter as rewritten.
I make the motion to approve the letter, on, the audit information as written.
and I will second that.
Motion made, and seconded. Any further discussion?
Just the one thing I noticed, the first letter we talked about for the road says sincerely, just make sure, this one's just missing sincerely.
He says thank you underneath it.
Oh, yeah, I can add in sincerely, Williamstown Select Board.
Yeah,
so,
perfect, okay,
Yeah.
that's all I had.
Okay, All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye, opposed?
There you go, you wrote it.
Now back to,
Approval of town
just do the
meeting.
road thing here.
Huh?
I said it's in Newtown Road.
Certificate of highway mileage, can I have a motion on that, accept that as written?
This thing.
Oh, the M&T,
It's just,
Yeah, I make a motion
make the
as
motion
written.
approved.
I'll make a motion.
motion.
Okay, second.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Do we have to sign this, Ryan?
Yes, there's a spot on the bottom for all of you to sign.
This section here?
Yep.
Okay.
And then there's a spot for the town clerk
okay,
as well.
that brings it on. Okay, next item is, I guess we can go to approval of the town meeting warning now that we've got the other things finalized, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the cart back behind the horse.
There you go. That's where it needs to be.
After Larry signs it. We'll sign it.
Approve adding.
Going out all the old ones, huh?
I would say Article 2 is pretty much the way it's written, so Article 3 is.
Should I, just one thing, should it be not to exceed instead of adding? Or do we have to add it? I'm assuming we have to add it to the general.
We'd have to have a hard figure to add to the,
Okay,
because
but
we'll
we
have
could,
to, if they vote yes, we'll have to add it to
and then,
the general budget.
250.
and then Article 3, how does that work if they don't actually spend the 100,000?
You mean million?
Or sorry,
We will
1
eventually.
million, 1 million.
We got plenty of roads need work, we're gonna spend the whole
Well,
thing.
it will get spent
Yeah,
Okay,
for
One or the
the
other.
other two additional roads that trying to
Okay.
get
We
done.
might even have more than enough to do
Okay.
other roads, but we're
I just
gonna,
wanna
we're
make
gonna,
sure the
we're gonna
language is a
get a
little
deal
different.
based on
Cold Springs Road.
probably X amount of yards of material, and we're gonna keep going until that's gone.
Might even have to go up to Lighthouse Hill.
okay. But it's just, because one's general budget and one's the bond bank, is that the
yeah,
difference? in
because
language?
Article 3 is a bond, it
Okay.
has to be written in this very specific
Okay.
way.
Okay, and
we're gonna
because-
sign this
okay.
thing.
And
Did you
Article
sign
2
on
is
this?
just
Yeah,
a
well,
little nebulous, we don't know what the people wanna do.
Okay, alright, perfect. That was my
It's a
question.
tough one to word.
I'm sure it is.
Yep.
Okay,
And
all the other numbers are what the library, the cemetery submitted. The historic society, and you got a total for all the other special articles.
So Jen, just so I get this right, for the tax stabilization, we're moving surplus to tax stabilization fund, 58 and change, and then taking 50 out of that to the, okay. Gotcha.
and then,
You gotta switch it before you can take it.
you know,
Yeah.
Take it out.
and then Article 17,
17, yep.
this has been the last few, not select board meetings, the last few town meetings. A lot of residents would love to see, I feel, and I know this is probably a contentious thing, to have, I think at one point, all of those were their own individual thing, and now they're all stacked together.
Well,
Is that, like, what's the pros and cons to that?
all a person's gotta do is stand up and say they wanna do it individually.
In
But
a second.
It's a, I think it's a time
Is that how
saving
we,
thing.
is that how we usually do it?
And
Yes.
most of the time, you end up lumping them all together, and that gives them
Okay.
a number if they want to, but they can just stand
Okay.
up and say, I make a motion that we.
Okay, so they can still make the motion, again, okay, just
Yeah,
wanna
they
make sure.
can get in there and fudge them up a little bit, however they want, they've done it. I've
Okay.
seen it.
Does-
I don't know,
The
we're only
food
gonna
bank,
give these,
yes.
yes, they'll break it down, but just
They can make a motion to
kinda
pull one item out.
a
or
mass
two.
approval for the.
Okay, yeah, cause I just know
About $50,000.
residents have spoken about just having them each individually, I mean, that would be
Oh, they are,
lots of
that's why
different
they're all
articles,
listed,
but,
they're all listed
It's
different.
just time saving.
okay, alright.
Does Orange County parent Oh no, the 52,000 is,
The total
Is
of
all of
everything.
That's everything
this
consolidated.
is worded, shall the voters appropriate the sum of 52,000? Oh, okay. In support
Comma,
of, it makes it
Comma,
seem like,
comma.
well, there's no commas.
I could
Yeah,
put
no,
Or
on
the
there is.
first, or no, there
In
is, after the
support
750.
of-
Yeah, cause
Okay.
it
Yeah.
goes
I
down to the
could
next
put
line.
I could put a colon in there, like in support
Support
of
of,
colon Orange County parent.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be the right
Yeah.
thing to do.
Yeah, because I was just like, if Orange County takes $52,000, that didn't
Yeah.
seem right. Okay.
Yeah, when I first read it, it sounded like that, but anyway,
Yeah.
read it again, and figure it out.
Okay.
I could buy some new tires for the yard.
Okay, so you gotta put something, a little colon after the
Yep.
Orange County, okay, that should cover that.
I used to work for the food bank, so I used to deliver food down there, so I know.
Okay,
That's all I got.
motion to approve it with that minor amendment,
Yeah, I'm making a motion to approve with
Exactly.
just adding that
Swinging.
semicolon or whatever there after in support of on Article 17.
here, second,
I'll second that.
motion made, second, any further discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye. Opposed? Okay, next thing is.
M&T.
executive session,
No, you're gonna do the M&T Bank.
M&T Bank account holder approval.
Alright, so I have a letter here so that I can get, a business credit card account, because the one that was under Jackie had to be closed. But to do that, I need, the select board to authorize me with a signed letter that I have to give to the bank. So it just reads, to whom it may concern, the Williamstown Select Board hereby authorizes the town manager, Ryan Lockwood, to replace Jacqueline Higgins as primary account holder on the business credit card account. Thank you, the Williamstown Select Board. And then it's just a
Simple enough.
place for Larry to
Your
sign.
motion on that?
I make a motion to accept the letter as written.
seconded,
Motion made, seconded, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
there it is.
Excellent.
Okay. Anything else we need to discuss? Barbara, you had something?
Yeah, do you have to make a motion to amend the thing, or we're all good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I know you guys, you mentioned to go with Stillwater Graphics. So I've reached out to them twice. May has also reached out to them twice. We've heard nothing. Last week I went and got a salad at the pub and I drove down Beckett Street and it's nothing, not a car in the yard, nothing. A lot of people have driven by Jen, it's dead there. So I'm thinking, we have the other two quotes, we have jet envelope for 9694, but that's not including postage. And the other one was 9810
Actually,
with 375 for postage, so imagine the postage would be about the same with jet. My neighbor works for Jet Envelope. She was walking her dogs Friday night. When I stopped and talked to her, I said, are we too late if we were to go that route, if the board approves Jet Envelope? She goes, we will make it happen, Barbara. So basically, it's what you guys want to do. I don't know what happened to Stillwater Graphics. He never returned any of my calls, and May reached out to him. She has not heard from him.
Do you know, you said you
I
could-
know Lester personally, so I mean, I'm just get him on to say, hey, what the hell's the deal?
Right.
I don't think we
It's either you're gonna do it or not. I'm assuming the avenues you ladies have done, that the answer is no, but
Well, I would have thought he would have reached out and said, hey,
Would've
we're
thought so, I
closing or something, but
Yeah.
he was always
To hear
very
crickets
adamant about getting back and doing a lot of stuff for the town, so.
yeah.
It's not quite like Lester, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, L. Brown and Jet Services, pretty much same people anyway.
And what's the total price for each, like roughly estimated this
So
thing?
L Brown was 1,600, and we're gonna need at least 1,500 at least, cause we've added Graniteville. and there was like
In Northfield,
115, give or
On the
take.
Northfield side too, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
And May was wonderful enough to do labels. So the labels are ready to go. So if we did the postal patron for all of Williamstown and maybe get 150 books that we just stick the labels to, I could set all the Granville ones up with Rodney because he works for the Granville post office. He can take all of them and then the Northfield ones we would just mail out of here to go to Northfield.
So what's the cost for?
These are all three that I received.
Well, Stillwater,
Stillwater's out because they never gave us a proposal.
I would still say maybe tomorrow.
I'm just gonna, I think
Just
we
pick
just
one.
need to go forward
Okay.
with this avenue. I will just touch base with Lester myself, just cause it brings caution on what's going on with it.
Right.
He's never kinda dropped the
Mail
ball.
prep.
No,
Okay,
I
so
know let's do
Browns
two.
and Son
I'll have to reach out to him.
Right.
for
I know
1,600 books with mail prep. It says you're looking at what
Well,
About
give me the
four-
two numbers.
9,810
Yeah,
plus
plus
375.
Little motel here.
total of 10,185.
That was which one?
L.
L.
Brown.
Brown and Sons.
10,185?
Yeah. And then prices for the next.
And then this was Jet Service for 1,500 books. It's 9,694, but that didn't include.
And what's the tax
The
on
mail
L. Brown though? I'm guessing, or the postage. I agree with Barb.
375.
That's what I would, yeah.
I would say it's.
But that was for 1,600. This is only 1,500, so it might be slightly less.
So that's a total of 10,069.
So it seems like, I mean, the difference, they're pretty much the same. It's one's 100 less books than the other. So
Right.
do we need 1,500 or 1,600?
Well, I know last year, he based it on last year's, which was, she dropped it to 13,
Last year's was 5410.
right, and she dropped it to 1391 books, but I heard from the post office that they didn't have enough books, and they were asking us for more books. I said, I don't have any more books here.
Okay.
Um,
And that didn't include
Include
Northfield or
in
Granville.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm thinking at least 1,500. I don't know if you want to go with the 1,600. That would be up to you guys. But
Maybe do the 15 this year and then see if we need more the following year?
mhm.
And
But I don't. The question is, are you going to have enough in this year's current budget to take on the extra roughly $5,000?
Right, because we added 2 extra things in there, right? We moved.
Is there a specific thing in that budget for that?
Well, you put like I think $500 extra into it, but that's for next year's.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's for next year's, not
So
this
do
year.
we have
That's what
any-
I'm thinking about
Well,
what's
it
left.
says what this one was too, right? Budget 25 for this.
but the question is, so is there?
Where would that be under?
How does this situation work where we had money not spent in one area and we have to shift it to a new area? That's where I've never done that.
Jen, how does that work when you have unexpected expenses? Or Ryan, either of you, I don't know.
I mean, you can run it's all really one big pot from the general budget, so you can run a deficit in 25. It's just,
Town report printing. The budget for 26 is $6,000. That was probably based on
That.
Stillwater.
For
Stillwater's right
Based on
there.
Stillwater.
Right.
Stillwater's last year's costs. Or that's for this year. No,
Well, that's
that
this
was
year's, but last year's cost.
this year. Quarter base of last year. Quarter base of last year, 1,391 equals $5,410. And then it goes down to pay for their mailing and mail prep based on last year, $13.41, $295. So they are substantially less, but we gotta find out they're still
Oh, she got it down
doing
now.
it.
Right.
Well, no.
I mean, I guess my question is, and it's neither here or there, that's extremely low compared to the other two companies, and I don't know how come it's that low compared to what the other two have quoted.
Well, everything has gone through the roof.
The actual reporting for, fiscal year 2025 was 37,1888. Town report printing. The budget was 3,300, actual was 37,18. So, I don't know. I mean, that's a lot smaller operation over there than either one Hale Brown or the other one, but would be nice to know if he's gonna do it or he can't do it.
I just sent him a message, he lives in Groton, so we'll see if he, I just wrote it on Messenger.
Yeah. So can we just like make a motion to go with say Jet Services if we don't hear back from Stillwater
I mean, if we need to get
by
more
tomorrow?
books, if we get more need more books, we just tell them they can't be that much more for 100 extra books or whatever we need. It ain't like it's gonna be another $1,000.
Well, yeah, I mean for 1,500 books it's 9,694. For 1,600 books it's 9,810.
Does it tell you the price per book, or do we have to do the math? I can do the math.
Yeah.
What, so,
So 9,810 divided by 1,600.
it's $6.13 per book.
So $600 more if you did an extra 100.
Do you think we'll need more than 1,600 books?
I don't think so. I mean, a lot of them, people throw out, I just grab out of the recyclable, but, I know we ran out at $13.91. So if you were to even add more for the Williamstown people and then the 115 or so, give or take, of what we have to send to Graniteville, I think 1,600 would be more than enough. I mean, it's up to you guys whether you want 15
I mean,
or
it's
16.
less than $200 to go from 1,500 to 1,600.
Yeah, I would say probably going high is better than low. Because we don't know how many we're sending to Northfield or Graniteville, correct? Like, we don't have this.
About 150
115
Each or between the both?
between the two.
I know in the past, El Brown and Jet Service both have done town reports, so either company's good together.
Yeah.
And so has Stillwater Graphics. So
Would Jets, can they do 1,600 if you said, hey, can we do 16 instead of 15?
Yeah, I mean, it would probably change the figure.
I'm just thinking,
yeah,
because you
yeah.
know these people.
There's probably
Yes.
another 20 minutes on their press.
You know, personally, I would highly recommend Jet, just because we have dealt with them in the years past.
And
And
they're
they
actually,
and they do a good job.
and they are
80
lower.
pounds.
I mean, it's literally
And she did say
$120 difference.
she would do whatever it
Ish.
takes to get our books.
Is Jet cheaper per book?
Jet is, well,
Do 9,694 divided by 1,500.
9694 divided by 16 or 15?
1,500.
They are 646. So Mike,
What was the other one?
what did I say?
I think it was 613.
So they're a little bit
So
more
a little
expensive,
bit
but
more per
they're
book.
they are currently cheaper overall.
Well, not if we go 1,600.
Correct. But we don't. How many books did we have printed last year, roughly?
$13.91.
$13.91.
1391, and that didn't make even the full town of Williamstown.
Or the Graniteville or Northfield people.
And
Because Graniteville and Northfield have been excluded for several years. So I took it upon myself that they need their books. They get their tax bills, they need their books.
I agree.
residents.
It just it's a little bit different way of doing it. I mean, Postal Patreon has been the way to go, and it does work out good because to print labels, you're either going to print them from the grand list, or you're gonna
That's
print
for,
them from.
mail, I don't know if like
Did they have
stamps.
bail on that
They
one?
didn't. We
We're
just, we
assuming the
made
mail is
the
right.
assumption that this would be the same, but
So if you were to do labels instead of postal patron, you're either gonna do it from the grand list or you're gonna do it from the voter checklist. And neither one are fair. I mean, grand list, you're gonna get a lot of people out of state that would be getting one that probably could care less. And the one for the voter checklist, you could go get 4 to a household, depending if your kids are on the checklist. One year when Marie and William still lived at home, we had 4 town reports come into our house, one for Rodney, one for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, my wife and I would each get one,
Yeah,
right?
and so that doesn't make
Any
sense to
sense,
do
no,
it from
no
a
sense
voter
whatsoever,
checklist.
we need one.
I do think, you know, the postal patron is the way to go for Williamstown, but we have, you know, put the effort in to Granville and Northfield residents.
I would,
That they
if you get,
tax, yeah.
if you went out and got prices, looks like L Brown is the cheapest overall with the postage and everything else.
according to per book cost, yeah.
I don't, Jeb Lowe owns this, his son owns this, and I think they're both.
Oh, seriously? Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Same.
Or they could be part owners of both, but
Yeah.
they're both intertwined.
Gotcha.
So it ain't like you're gonna chop somebody's leg off, you
Right.
know,
Okay.
but, still got this out here hanging. If we don't get nothing back by the end of the day tomorrow, have Barb go with Old Brown, I guess, or
Yeah.
debt service, like, there ain't enough difference to make it, but if you put stuff out the bed, you should go with it.
Well, they
It's awesome bidder.
But you did speak to Jet, you said?
Well, I spoke to the administrative assistant who's running the place because Jeff is in Florida for the winter. She pretty much runs the place and she's my neighbor and she said, I asked if we would be too late to submit our order and she said we would make it happen, Barbara, so
I mean, that gives me some,
yes. Because we have to have them in the voters'
December
hands
18th.
10 to 14 days prior to town meeting day, so they have to go to print
30 days,
here
right?
shortly. I would say by 1st of February, we've had them in everything to the printers. And I think it takes 10 days.
I'm fine with Jet, if we have a,
I don't care.
Somebody make a motion and we'll go with it.
I make a motion. Hold on, let me think about this motion for a second. Let me see that. I make a motion that if we do not hear from Stillwater Graphics by end of day is 4 p.m., correct?
Correct.
Tomorrow.
4 p.m. on January 20th, that we then go with
That's funny.
Jet service envelope to print 1,600 town meeting books.
Along with the mailing.
Yeah, go with whatever
Yeah.
the cheaper one, 'cause
Yeah.
Jeff Lowe owns both of them.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
I
Jeff
didn't know,
Lowe
yeah,
owned both.
I didn't know you bought L Brown.
Does that sound good, that, how I
Yeah.
made that
Yeah.
motion, everybody?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
He owns both.
I'll second
I've made
that.
mistakes before, so.
I'll
Okay,
second that.
motion made, seconded.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Nope, that's,
Now,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
if
Opposed?
he gets back to me, I'll send a message out to you guys.
okay.
Okay.
Let me know. Yeah.
I'll try to get it.
Anything
Not,
else that
I'll
we need to go
present
through?
it.
We don't have any executive sessions to deal with? I need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Seconded.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright.
Thank you.